Hey everybody! Hey, I'm Ryan, and I'm here at the Tech Inclusion Conference.
Hello.
And basically, wanted to say hello to everybody. I run a school called Treehouse, and we teach people how to code. And a lot of our students are switching jobs and going from one career to the next, and a lot of them have college degrees, but it's in something that doesn't involve code. So I just want to give you a couple quick thoughts about how to switch into the, how do you switch into a job in technology? And it's scary because if you've never gotten a job in tech before and you want to get into it, it can seem overwhelming or scary. And the first tip I want to give you is that everybody feels scared. Even people with computer science degrees or people who have friends in technology, it's hard for everybody, so don't feel that something's wrong. That's the first thing I'd say. It's called Imposter Syndrome. Have you heard Imposter Syndrome?
Yes, it happens a lot.
Yeah, Imposter Syndrome's terrible. It happens to everyone. Me, as a CEO, I think, I'm the only CEO who doesn't know what I'm doing. And they realize, oh, nobody does. It's okay. So just remember that it's okay to be afraid when you're learning how to code, and you will get better and better as you go. So that's the first tip. And the second thing is, it's really important to try to find meetups where there are companies there, and just introduce yourself and get to know them a little bit so that they see your face, they take your card. It's just a way for them to get to know you a little bit better, so that when you send your resume or when you get in touch, they go, oh yeah, it was Ryan. I met Ryan. He seemed like a nice person. So it's that kind of human aspect of getting a job. Do you think a lot of people want to get jobs? Yes.
Most people want the jobs.
All right, so most people definitely want jobs. So good, I'm talking to the right people.
Yeah.
So get out there, find a couple companies that you find interesting, and just be proactive and say, hey, I'm thinking about working here at some point, and I'd like to meet some people. And to be blunt, if you are black or Hispanic, there are tons of companies that want to hire you. And actually, it's a good way to get even further, so use that to your advantage.
How does someone use that to their advantage?
How do they use that to advantage?
How do you, where a lot of people now don't even want to put a LinkedIn picture because they're afraid of being discriminated against, how does someone
actually
talk to
how does
those
it help
companies?
you?
Yeah, how does that help you?
So the interesting thing that's happening now is that actually I can flip the camera. Okay, so here, you've got companies like Facebook is there, Twilio is here, Automatic is an amazing company. There actually is a lot of companies now that get it. Like, we need to have diverse points of view in this company. Like, it's not okay to have a bunch of white people. We don't know how the world works. Like, we aren't the best people to figure this out. Like, we need diverse opinions, and we need diverse representation. We need people here that aren't just white and aren't just male. So now that that's understood better, there are companies where that is a big advantage. You just have to go out there and say, I want this job. Now, I'm starting to understand how much bias there is, and how terrible the world still is when it comes to color and racism. But there are a lot of companies now that are starting to lean in. So I would encourage you, find the companies that are openly saying that they want to change the ratio at their company, and talk to them first. And I think that will make a difference.
Yeah.
So I'd love to. We're on Facebook Live. What's up?
Say hi.
So those are a couple tips I'm thinking about. Should I talk about anything else about getting jobs or transitioning into tech?
No, so some of the questions that I get is people who are changing careers and they're interested in learning about code. The first thing they say is, what language should I learn first?
Got it. So yeah, if you are thinking, hey, I want to learn how to code and get a job, it's like, oh my gosh, where do you start? And so what I always do is say, well, figure out if there's something you're passionate about first. So is there a problem that you're trying to solve? Is there something you care about? Sometimes there is, sometimes there's not. If there is, then try to think about what technology might solve that. So like if it's a social problem, maybe a mobile app could solve it. Maybe a website could solve it. You have to kind of break it down into, am I going to make a website here? Am I going to make a mobile app? And then that allows you to start picking a path. And if you want to build a mobile app, then you need to learn either iOS or Android. And at Treehouse, we try to make this very simple. Like, hey, if you want to build an iOS app, we send you down this path and we tell you exactly what you need to learn. But the problem is, what if you don't know that? And I would say for everybody that's thinking about getting a job in tech, the most simple, easiest place to start is doing front-end development. You basically are going to make a website. It's easier to learn and it's quicker to learn. You can actually create your first website in like 5 minutes and get it out there on the web. So I would start with some really simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and see if you like it and see if you enjoy it. And then if that starts working out, then I would typically recommend people go into mobile. There's just so many jobs in mobile, and we're having to pay iOS engineers and Android engineers a lot these days. So there's a lot of money in mobile. You pretty much start out making, minimum 60K, pretty quickly 80, then 100, then 120, and so. Does that answer the question?
That answers the question.
All right.
Don't forget to plug Treehouse.
Oh, all right. I can talk about it? All right. Well, like I said, I run Treehouse. We're an online school. Our mission in life is to help take people from zero to job ready so that they can change their own life. And so if you feel like you want to learn how to code, we've dedicated our life to that, so feel free to check us out. But thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you
Bye,
later.
everyone.
Bye. Finish. Oh, it's down there.